Have you ever asked yourself, what is light? Light is all around us, and it's in our everyday lives. But what is it? Well, what light is has been argued about for over a century now. Newton suggested that light is made out of particles, while a Dutch physicist, Christian Huygens, suggested that light is a wave moving up and down as it moves forward. So, who do you think is right? Well, turns out they were both wrong. Louis de Broglie was the first scientist to develop something called quantum mechanics. He was the first one to suggest that light is both a particle and a wave.
Welcome to Quantum Mechanics. How did it all begin? 100 years ago, scientists struggled to explain some unusual properties of light. This was called the ultraviolet catastrophe. The ultraviolet catastrophe made us realize we cannot assume light behaves like a wave at all times, but also like a particle. Scientists needed a way to prove this. The most famous experiment is the double-slit experiment.
The double-slit experiment was designed to shoot electrons at a backdrop through two slits. When you do this, what you would expect to find is stripes of dots right behind the two slits. However, this was not what was found. What was found was stripes of dots all across the backboard except behind the two slits, even behind the barrier in the middle. The only way this pattern could have been created is if light was a wave.
Let's imagine these waves are light waves. Here I have one source of ripple symbolizing the wave before it hits the two slits. When it hits the two slits, this creates two new waves interacting with each other. Peaks and peaks meet up, troughs and troughs meet up, increasing the amplitude of the wave. Here you can see light cancelling itself out, which means there isn't going to be light at that point. This is called an interference pattern, and this explains the pattern that was shown. What is the pilot wave theory?
Think of it as a wave in the ocean. The wave is not a particle, but the water itself is made out of particles. The wave just guides the particles. We can't calculate the exact location of the particle. There are too many factors involved, but we can calculate the probability of the particle being found there. The pilot wave theory doesn't use any randomness of any kind. It's straightforward. It uses realism instead of relativity, meaning that the observation is going to be the same no matter who's observing it or when it's observed.
In conclusion, light is both a particle and a wave. Hope you've been enlightened.